Hello everybody, we're Ready Set Reviews, and this is another episode for you guys. I'm Kyle, this is...
Me, Daniel.
This is the Wookiee, Danny. This is Ryan, aka Rhinoceros. This is... We'll come back to that. This is Scott. This is John. And we're gonna edit him out. Or I'm so sorry.
It's covering. What's under that hat there?
We're gonna have a thing over there that's gonna be covering up John. So see, it's right there.
A little present for
the viewers. Alright guys, today is a sad day. Because today we're going to be talking about the biggest disappointments in games and movies of 2011.
top three.
Top three.
Can I just do games? I don't really have any.
Yeah,
it's
Okay, good.
Alright, so starting off, we're going to start off with the ladies' man, John Hafley. John Hafley, what's your number 3?
Adjustment Bureau, Matt Damon flick.
You hated it.
It was the worst. It wasn't the. It was the biggest disappointment.
That's your number
It
1?
was my number 3. The biggest disappointment.
Okay,
I was very disappointed because it was crap.
Yeah, you were upset about that movie a lot. Alright, Scotty D.
Is anyone else gonna do movies, or is it just John?
I have one movie.
I have one movie.
Okay, then you guys do your one movies, and then we'll just get movies out of the way first.
No, we're gonna just do
we're
3.
going to do your top 3.
There's 3
of all.
combined.
Just
But
three
I don't have
disappointments.
It's
You
combination.
don't- I don't
You
have
don't have
games.
to have all one
It's just
thing.
combination.
Yeah, it's just a combination. Yeah, I'm just doing games.
Don't worry
So go
about
ahead.
My number 3 is Thor. I went in thinking it'd be really awesome, and it wasn't that great. I mean, even though Natalie Portman's fine as hell,
She couldn't save it.
Natalie Portman, if you're watching this,
Scott,
join the show.
Scott won't molest
Ryan won't be here.
we're safe.
you. Scott's a gentleman. He'll take you out on a nice seafood dinner before anything.
And probably call you again.
And
Most likely call you again.
so you are more than welcome, Natalie Portman, to join the show.
Alright.
We'd love to hear your opinion.
Rhinoceros.
My number 3 is probably Green Lantern. I thought it looked really good. Then I saw it, I was like, this is okay, but they could do a lot better.
Daniel Fish Vaisaki.
Come back to me later. I'm still thinking.
Okay, I'll come back to you there. Alright, so my number 3 is going to be Rage. I actually didn't have an Xbox at this time, but I did sit down and watch the entire playthrough, and, you know,
You have no life.
I don't think, it didn't take that long. Like,
It didn't take that long.
because I skipped through one of it.
Oh, okay.
Because, and that's exactly my point, is because it is extremely repetitive. When you first see things, it's really cool, but there's a piss ton of driving. The enemies, like, when you first see them, they do some pretty awesome stuff, but then you're just like, well, this is the exact same thing I've seen 100 times. Like, eventually, like, I was just doing more skipping just to see, like, you know, the plot more than anything. Gameplay was pretty good, though. I mean, it was solid, but it was just so repetitive that I got bored with it. I mean, you should be able to sit down and watch a video game and not play it, and I think that's how you know you have a good video game. Like, you can watch, like shooter, like linear shooter games. Sorry, I should add that on there.
Well, Rage wasn't supposed to be a linear shooter.
It oh, really? Play it.
I have played it.
It's a linear shooter.
I played it a lot. I enjoyed it. I thought Rage was a pretty fun game.
I disagree. I think it's far too repetitive. But, now it's your
Do you have a number 3, Dave?
Oh yeah.
yeah.
My number 3 is The Witcher 2.
The what?
The Witcher 2.
Really? I've been wanting to play The Witcher 1, but I like The Witcher 1.
I haven't played it. I just played The Witcher 2 on a random buy off Steam, and I liked it, but I just...
Explain to me what it's about, because I have
It's
not.
an RPG, action, combat, swords.
It's supposed to be things that make a game good, but apparently Danny didn't think it was good.
It just
Or
didn't...
you were disappointed.
Was it
Not
boring?
disappointed.
Was it
Disappointment.
I don't know.
just
I
didn't like it?
just
That's
don't
right.
like it.
My number 2,
John.
did I start off?
Yeah, you're John, your turn.
My number 2, now I didn't expect much from this movie. It's Shark Night 3D. I didn't expect I didn't expect much going in. I mean, I really loved Piranha 3D. I thought, it's a terrible movie, but it's very, very enjoyable. I think we can all...
It's entertaining.
It's entertaining, exactly. It's
That's
an
what
enjoyable
movies.
movie. Shark Night 3D... It was there.
What?
What just happened?
Might as well spell Wookiee or something. Alright, are you good?
I'm good.
Alright. Scotty D.
My number 2 was L.A. Noire. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was hyped up so much.
It was hyped up.
It was like...
It was a fun game, but it just
Yeah,
It wasn't like
it didn't give what it promised.
yeah.
The first disc was like awesome. The first 2 discs, I guess. Like, right
I
after
played
the.
on PS3, so it was on one.
oh like a boss.
Bloody freaking.
I played it on the Real Man system, the Xbox
Xbox, yeah.
3.
Even though
I'm sure no one played it on
Zero.
PC.
Even though the Halo 4 was gonna have like 8 discs, it's still a best system.
Okay, you can watch our Xbox 720 discussion though. Link is over here.
It's not mine.
Is it my turn?
It is your turn.
It is your
My number 2 disappointment is the movie Thor.
That's just a bad.
That movie was just terrible.
I wouldn't say terrible. I'd say it was bad.
It was
Like,
terrible.
I thought it was gonna be good because one, it's Marvel, and I love Marvel.
Exactly.
And like, even though Thor isn't that good of a superhero, I thought they could have like done
Why is he
something.
a good superhero?
Because he's just bad.
He's-
He's not really a superhero. He's a god.
Technically, he's not a guy. He's like an alien.
What?
I can see it going.
I mean, they could have done something really cool.
You know what? I'm just gonna say. Can I say something?
Yes, yes, you may.
I thought everything when they were not on Earth was really awesome.
Oh yeah, like when they were in
But when they
Valhalla.
were in Earth,
Orth.
when they were in Earth,
It was bad.
it was just terrible.
It
Not
just-
even Natalie
It
Portman
just
can
seems like
save
they
it.
rushed it to get the Avengers out,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
just like they did with Captain America.
And like they should
But I
have
like
Happy.
Captain America.
Uh,
I really
it's
enjoyed
alright.
it.
I talked about.
I think Captain was better than Thor, but
Captain was by far better than Thor.
Oh yeah.
It's better than Thor, but it still wasn't great.
I could take a dump though, and it'd be better than Thor.
I'm not gonna say
Look at that dump. But it's Hawkeye, right?
I'm just kidding. My dump could not
Is
be
that
better
the
than Thor
last
because Natalie
Avenger
Portman-
Hawkeye? I'm kind of.
Hawkeye and the girl from
I'm-
Man.
Well, I'm kind of glad they didn't make like a Hawkeye movie because I think they would have just destroyed it like Thor did. Like I think that would have been really
But I
bad.
mean, Hawkeye was in Thor, so.
But
Nobody
he
knows-
really wasn't.
Nobody
like-
knows shit about Hawkeye anyway.
Yeah, I
so
know.
I don't even know why they put him in there.
Who's
I know about Hawkeye. He's so cool.
number 2?
All right, Danny,
Me? I thought of it, and I forgot it.
remember it.
Number 2,
Scratch-
Kyle.
Scratch your
Kyle,
beard.
there you go. I don't
All right,
know.
number 2. Scratch your beard. You'll remember. All right, my number 2.
Scratch it for you.
All right, now it's not the whole game. It's just technically half the game, I guess. Gears of War 3 multiplayer.
Oh,
I
my
like.
God.
I played it. It's a shotgun orgy.
Fucking shotgun orgy.
I played it with Ryan. Like, I mean, Ryan's bad at video games, but like, I was having trouble
It's
like
true.
playing.
Ain't
Like,
that the truth?
yeah, I got on there and I was just like, I can't use any other gun because, like, why the hell would you use any other gun? Like, the Nasher shotgun can shoot like halfway across maps and do decent damage. And then if you're anywhere close to anybody, they almost always have a sawed-off shotgun. They just and you just disintegrate.
Goosh.
It's ridiculous. Like, it's one of those games that I'm a Gears of War 3 fan. I have the collector's edition of 1 and 2. I didn't get 3 because I didn't have an Xbox. And like now, I don't even know if I want to get 3 just because it was that bad. It's a game that I'm not going to play because I've already beat the single player and I hate the multiplayer. And it's just, that was almost my number 1 disappointment, but it's not. You'll find out what that is. But I don't know, I wanted Gears 3 to be so much better, and they promised that, they would balance out the weapon systems in this one. That was their big thing. They were saying that, because in the second one it got pretty bad too.
Yeah.
Like that,
It was a shotgun orgy in that
Yeah.
one too. And
it was pretty bad.
plus, you couldn't really sign in to freaking matchmaking in that.
Oh, yeah, that was
because
awful.
it was god awful.
Yeah, they didn't want to copy Halo so badly that they would just make a bad one instead of doing good. But whatever. But I would just say just the multiplayer. Single player, phenomenal. I
Yep.
love the story. Great ending.
Yep.
Good job, guys at Epic Games that worked on the single player because that was really nice.
Cliffy B.
My number 2 now is, I've thought of it now. Even though I love the game, Minecraft.
Really?
For just the way it's been this year.
Like, because Ryan hasn't been on the
Because there
server
hasn't,
yet.
because Ryan hasn't been on the server yet.
Ryan?
Ruining things.
Because
I'm sorry.
it just doesn't feel like much has been done with it this year. Like throughout the whole year.
See, I just
It's
got
been
on it this
released.
year,
I mean, yeah, I started playing it last, like what,
2010.
August or something, 2010, but like it still feels the very same basic. Yeah, there's been add-ons, but I mean, and yeah, there's the whole modding community, but I just feel they could have done a lot more adding with it, and it just seems like stuff just trickles out compared to the way it used to. Like there used to be like the weekly updates and weekly new content, and now it's.
Do you think that possibly they're making a Minecraft too?
They're making other games currently, like Scrolls and a couple. I forget the other one, but
Minicraft.
yeah, Notch made Minicraft.
Yeah.
Minicraft 2 now.
Yeah, and he announced Minecraft 2, but he accidentally said Minecraft 2, and everybody was freaking out on the internet.
But yeah, that's my opinion on that.
My number one is LA Noire. Well, the game. Are we on number one?
Yeah, we are number one, sir.
My number one is LA Noire. While the game wasn't bad, it got so repetitive, and the ending wasn't anything really that special. I thought the ending was kind of like, oh, it's just over.
It's kind of. Oh, I could see why they did that because in noir film they leave like an ending that's ambiguous or just
Right.
not happy. So I could see why they did that, but it was kind of like, what? Just why?
Well, especially coming off of
After
Red
all
Dead,
that work, right?
especially coming off of Red Dead Redemption.
Oh my
Which
god.
the ending of Red Dead Redemption is probably the best video game ending in video games.
Was your
history.
mind blown? Did
My
anybody
mind
see
blown.
that ending coming at all?
Did everybody play here, Red Dead?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ryan,
I think all of us except Ryan.
Oh
finished
god,
it.
Ryan, I hate you so
He's
much.
never gonna finish it though because he sold it, right?
Yeah, I sold it.
Okay, well, we're gonna spoil it right now. Can we
we
spoil
can't.
it?
No, let's not spoil
Fine,
it.
just go for it.
Let's just leave
spoil
it ambiguous, like the LA Noire ending, which
That's so-
sucks.
Why are you so worried about spoiling?
Number one.
I know. Who cares if they're watching this?
Well, why were we gonna
God,
spoil it?
I hope we
Everybody
don't
who watched
ruin
it.
their-
Never
knows
mind,
it.
just continue.
Fine, you can spoil
My
it.
biggest disappointment of
Shoot a bunch of
2010.
people.
John hates spoilers so epic much.
I hate spoilers so effing much because every time something gets spoiled for me, I get really pissed off.
Yeah, what if they haven't played it yet?
Yeah,
We
exactly.
can
Why are they watching
put
us?
in the description, you know,
A little spoiler. thing.
spoilers.
It's not even really that. I mean, it's one of
You
those
know,
things.
okay,
that-
what's
moving
your
on.
number
No,
one?
wait. Let's talk about this real quick. But the thing is, like, you can explain it, but it's not near as cool as when you actually see it.
I really wasn't that blown away by it.
Really?
I like
Yeah,
really-
it's not. It's definitely not one of my.
Did you
top.
actually beat the game?
Yes.
Are you sure? 'Cause
I-
they make you think you beat the game, and then you actually beat the game.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah,
lost,
I-
by the way.
You know.
The whole barn thing?
Yes, I know the barn thing.
The zombies in the barn?
I never did do the zombie DLC.
I'm just kidding. I bought the zombie DLC. It's pretty fun.
Oh yeah, it's a lot. Actually, can we say that quick shout out to them? Zombie DLC for Red Dead Redemption. Possibly it's one of the best zombie-made games there is. You gotta shoot them in the head to kill them.
Most realistic is what you're saying.
Yeah. I mean, it was really nice.
Back on
Let's
topic.
get back to the
As
disappointments,
far
because
as
that's a good thing.
realistic zombies which don't exist go.
So,
Anyways,
zombies could technically exist. It's
Yeah.
proven
They
fact.
They
anyways,
do.
my number one disappointment of the year is Deus Ex.
Why
Those
is
boss fights. I'll get to it. Nick.
Okay.
The boss fights destroyed the game for me.
But see, can I just say something?
Not yet.
It's not
Not
Deus
yet,
Ex's
not yet.
fault. Okay.
Not yet.
Okay.
I know that it was a different company that did the boss
Yeah,
fights.
they
or
outsourced
whatever.
it.
They outsourced it, but still, it.
But
It
why
told
would they
you-
do that?
Why would
No,
they
no,
do
no, no.
that?
I'm not done.
Why would they
I'm
do
not done.
Not
I'm not
done.
done.
Let the man talk.
I will salmon you.
Anyways, before I was rudely interrupted by multiple people.
Let's just continue.
Damn right.
Anyways, lost my train of thought. I'm just kidding. Yeah, well, they promised that you could play any way you wanted to, and like it's just. I'm sorry, what?
Damn it,
Can.
shut up.
It's possible to.
Shut up.
Continue.
Danny, shut up.
It wasn't what they promised for me.
Okay.
That's why.
Okay, that's fair. It's a fair
Did you ever
opinion.
play the first one?
Hmm?
Did you ever play the first Deus Ex? I didn't either.
I own it on Steam.
You
It
own like every
it
game
was like
ever.
$3 for it in the second one, and I was like, I wouldn't want you to try that out. I haven't tried
Wow, I
that
respect
yet.
your opinion.
You and me need to do.
Yeah, we'll do the last two together. So you should go.
I don't have mine yet. I still have.
Well, you should scratch your beard and think about it then.
Thinking.
Thinking of beards, thinking.
Can we say this too for DSX? From what you've told me, I didn't really play it, but you know that just doesn't seem like a game that needs boss fights to me. Like in all honesty, because you know games that are really stealthy, the idea is to sneak up and kill somebody like one hit. Still, shut up. They don't need boss fight. Like okay, so if Assassin's Creed had like well they kind of doing that, but that's way different. That was just like
That's way different.
yeah.
But see, the thing is, like, there's so much stealth in between the boss. There's only like 4 boss fights in the whole game.
There's only
And
like
they're-
one in Assassin's
they
Creed,
only
and that's
have-
like not even technically a boss fight. He just takes
And
forever to
I
kill.
don't even think Assassin's Creed is really a stealth game. I mean, yeah, you have to
can't
worry
use
about
stealth,
it,
but
yeah, you can.
you can just bust through stuff,
It's
just
not.
stab everybody, walk away.
But then again, in Deus Ex, you can just go guns a-blazing too and kill
Not
everything.
really.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, if you upgrade your... See, that's the thing, like, for upgrades...
Get the rocket launcher, there you go.
I know, and it's like...
continue on.
Alright, do you have your thing yet?
No.
Alright, well, okay, Ryan, you ready for this? Same?
Yeah.
Alright. Ryan, in mine's number 3 is...
Number 1.
Number 1.
Numero uno for the Espanolos out there.
Oh, yeah,
Is
something.
Dead Island. That was so disappointing. I didn't have an Xbox at this time, again when all these awesome games were coming out. So I went over to this fellow's house thinking, oh, we'll play it together.
It's gonna be freaking awesome.
And we're going to play it together. Okay.
Because
here's how
it
it
even
goes.
says on the box, 1 to 4
Split
players, split screen.
There's no split screen.
There's no.
We YouTubed it, we checked Twitter, Google, we looked everywhere. And we even looked in the game. We spent probably, what would you say, 30 minutes in the game just
30
trying
to 45 minutes.
and on the internet just trying to find where you do this. And it doesn't exist.
It
You
does
cannot.
not exist.
There is no split screen whatsoever.
That sucks.
I know. So I came over there and I just let him play, obviously, because his Xbox, his game. I was really excited. It was fun to watch for a while. Then we got to a part where you have to escort the witch doctor. Is that right? The witch doctor to a cave or something? I can't remember what it
I
was.
don't even know.
But this is what you have to basically do. You have to, and the game does not let you save on your own. Let's add that on there too.
Yeah.
You cannot save on your own. There is only auto-save. There is this horrible spawn save location where it puts you,
Against a thug, which is like one that
A
like
boss.
flails. It's basically like a boss.
a mini-boss.
About, what do you
4
say?
or 5 zombies.
No, I would say about 5 or 6.
5 or 6, yeah. Oh yeah, that is about
5, 6, or 7.
And then there's like a shaman one.
And then there's like one that I forget what
One
it's
hit kills
called.
you, basically.
Yeah, basically like if it gets near you, you're fucked.
You die.
Yeah.
And it is a one-hit kill
And
basically for anybody.
pretty much the only way to beat that part is to play with somebody else. So. if
And
you-
not only that, but can we just add on there? It might not even be your fault. You
No.
might not die. You have a character with you, an NCP, who you have to protect. And he's so effing smart. He charges the shaman all the time, gets one hit kill, and it's like, you failed the mission. It's like,
Yeah.
are you kidding me? And also, how the game works is, when you use stuff, when you load back, you've lost it. You don't get it
Yeah.
back. So eventually, you just get worse and worse to the point where
You're
you have
pretty much-
no money, you
Yeah.
have no weapons, and
Because
and
you
your
get-
stuff breaks.
Each time you die, you get charged money.
Yeah, and so basically you get to the point where basically you're just going to have to bare fist fight all these people. So that is a broken game. Like, that broke that game for
Like,
me.
so, yeah, that part of
I
the
mean-
game. I attempted so many times to try it, and I just raged.
Unless you were prepared, like, unless you brought dynamite or a grenade or something to that fight that prepared you for it, you're going to lose. Like, there's no way you could do that. So
I was hyped up for it when it came out on Steam.
It looked.
Yeah.
I
it
was-
looked
yeah,
It had a
so
terrible.
good.
It had a terrible release on Steam, and
It looked so good. It had so much potential, but
that kind of turned me off to it.
who
It's terrible
who made
release.
it?
I didn't think it looked good at all.
We should play co-op sometime though.
Me
Maybe.
too. Yeah.
I have it on
I
Steam.
need to actually play it.
yeah, who was it that created the game? You guys know?
I forget the name of the developer. It was a
Somebody.
pretty much
You
unknown.
suck.
But can we just say the trailer's fantastic? That was one of my favorite trailers. I really like that trailer.
Did you find the family in the game?
I actually did. You find him right at the beginning.
Yeah.
It's like right as you start, you find the family. I'm like, oh come on, man. I thought because they said that
That's
like,
bullshit.
because they said when they were making the game, they said that you would have the option of saving the family.
I
And
don't
that
think they ever really said
they
that.
said
They
something.
did.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
They thought
Originally they did, and then
Yeah, and then
they
they're like, oh, they're dead right away. It's like, oh, and it's like they're not even dead right because they're like kind of like laying right next to each other. Like they were like on separate parts of the room and they were getting eaten. Like he was at the window. I know the music was awesome. I don't know. I was.
My number one for the year is just the 3DS in general.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel towards the end of the year, like in the last 2 months, it's came out with some good games. Besides that, it's
I
been
agree with
collecting
you.
dust.
I agree with you.
I
It's a
played
very expensive paperweight.
I don't know how many games have you guys got for it?
I have
Total.
Ocarina of Time, Mario 3D Land, Mario Kart 7, Harvest Moon. And
Right,
that's
favorite
it.
game.
I have Pilot Wings, Mario 3D Land in America, and Zelda.
Yeah, so that's not too good for a brand new system. That just.
I mean, there's just been nothing that really
There's really been nothing.
Need to.
grabbed
for
me
Mario
besides
3D.
Mario.
Yeah.
A couple Mario ones and Zelda.
Well,
Does not
guys.
need Metroid game.
Yeah. Alright.
Actually, I wouldn't mind as long as it's side scrolling and not Metroid Prime.
I wouldn't get
That
it.
would be that would be pretty awesome.
Alright, guys. Well, that was our rants and hatred of 2011, basically.
Tune in next week where we find out what John would do for a Klondike bar.